As chapter 3026 begins, Carrie is filled with bitterness and anger, despite outwardly playing the role of the refined Mrs. Lamb. She feels wronged by Cameron, whom she blames for her current misfortunes. The narrative reveals her deep seated grudge against Cameron, whom she accuses of spreading lies about her, damaging her reputation, and turning former friends and allies against her. Her internal monologue is filled with venom as she labels Cameron a sinister and cunning individual, completely disregarding any sense of accountability for her own actions. Despite her intense hatred, she is forced to smile and maintain a facade of civility, as she is keenly aware of the need to protect her new identity as Mrs. Lab. This inner conflict is exacerbated when she sees how much Riley Erickson, the daughter of the Erickson family, cares for Cameron. Riley's affectionate treatment of Cameron only deepens Carrie's jealousy, as she resents the fact that Cameron, whom she used to look down upon, is now receiving warmth and respect from the upper echelons of society. The presence of two bodyguards adds another layer to Carrie's anxiety. They are there to ensure that she does not reveal any flaws in her behavior that could compromise her position. Their subtle interventions, like lightly touching her to remind her to stay calm, underscore the precariousness of Carrie's situation. Despite their efforts, Carrie's anger seethes beneath the surface, particularly when she hears Cameron speaking ill of her, further fueling her sense of victimization. Her frustration is compounded by the fact that she cannot retaliate against Cameron in any meaningful way without risking exposure. She is forced to swallow her pride and maintain the charade, even as her thoughts are consumed by a desire for revenge. She even goes so far as to blame her parents for not having eliminated Cameron when they had a chance, revealing the extent of her bitterness and her willingness to resort to extreme measures to regain her lost status. As the narrative shifts focus, Riley guides Carrie into the villa, delegating her care to a servant, while she introduces Cameron to another guest, Miss Levine. This interaction highlights the complexities of social dynamics within high society. While Riley is warm and supportive of Cameron, Miss Levine exhibits a clear disdain for her. Miss Levine's cold reception of Cameron contrasts sharply with Riley's friendliness, exposing the divisions and rivalries that exist even among the wealthy elite. Cameron, however, remains unbothered by Miss Levine's rejection, choosing instead to excuse herself to meet with her mother in law. This calm, composed response further irritates Miss Levine, who expresses her dislike for Cameron after she leaves. Miss Levine's critique of Cameron as a hypocritical liar reveals her own biases and perhaps jealousy, while Riley defends Cameron, pointing out the hardships she endured and the strength it took to survive in a hostile environment. The chapter closes with a conversation between Riley and Miss Levine, where Riley challenges Miss Levine's harsh judgment of Cameron. Riley's defense of Cameron underscores the chapter's theme of resilience and survival in the face of adversity. Riley recognizes that Cameron's demeanor, which Miss Levine finds objectionable, is not a product of deceit, but rather a reflection of the difficult life she has led. Her empathy contrasts sharply with Gary's bitterness, highlighting the different ways characters in the story respond to the challenges they face.